So this opinion poll, that first of all, Ruto was not elected on an opinion poll. Ruto was elected under universal suffrage. The first past the post. People went and voted, votes are counted, and who gets 50 plus 1 becomes the president, isn't it? So that's the majority of people in Kenya. It was not an opinion poll. Secondly, this opinion poll that you are talking about is conducted by a company you don't even know. InfoTrack is a people. It's basically an individual, usually who gets paid and publishes results of the person who paid her. Because here, for example, in Canada, there are different kinds of polls. Okay? There are polls that are commissioned by individuals. And if I commission a poll, I design the questions that the pollster will ask. Yes. And I can guarantee you that if I was doing a poll on my popularity, the questions will be such that the answers will come back that I am the most popular. Because it depends on the questions. So who designed the questions that Ambito asked the handful of people, let's say 2,000 or 1,500? You don't know. So you don't know who commissioned the poll, and she will never tell you. Yeah. And we know that she's not a charity, and she's not a church. And we know that she's not a billionaire. Yes. And we know that she cannot do these things for free. Exactly. So who paid her to do the poll? She will never tell you. Secondly, who collected the samples? Do we have names? Do we have faces? Do you have a director of polling that say, I'm the one, I will take responsibility for the sampling? We don't know. Yeah. Who did the analysis? We don't know. You don't know? Yeah. But you trust it. You trust nothing. It could be AI. What was the sample? You don't know. So whoever paid Ambito and drafted the questions and collected the samples, if samples were collected, yeah, and conducted an analysis, if an analysis was done, is the one who should be answered. And I can tell you, it is the people she listed. Mm-hmm. The one who paid the most was Ruto. So she lists Ruto first. The second most competitive person who paid her was Matiang'i. Mm-hmm. So she lists Matiang'i second. Then the third person who paid her was Gachagua. She lists Gachagua third, then going down. Mm-hmm. Maraga did not pay. So Maraga is given 1%. So what you're saying is that we can't expect to have any open, objective opinion poll coming out simply because all the guys who run these things are. Yeah, my friend, if you have watched me closely, you know that in 2007, there was a statement group. It was a public opinion polling group. 2007, I don't know how old some of you were. Yeah. And just like I've dismantled this thing from the devil, I dismantled their poll in 2 minutes. Yes. And that is how come Kenyans did not believe even the results that came. Because they said, look, let's see them just lying. I went there and I asked them two questions. Journalists were there, they couldn't ask. I told them, where are your samples? They couldn't produce. Where's your questionnaire? They couldn't show me. Yeah. They eventually showed me, and it was some shoddy thing that I later on released just to disprove them. Mm. Right? Yeah. So the fact of the matter is that these things are choreographed. And because people don't think analytically and debunk this myth, okay? We are where we are. I'll give you an example. I'm done. He's currently the mayor of New York. Yes. All opinion polls gave him 1%. When he started, they didn't even give him 1%. They gave him less than 1%. Because when he went ahead and won, because they were all choreographed. Don't believe in this choreograph. Just like they will tell you, in Kenya, you can't win elections unless you're a billionaire. Who said that? Money does not vote. People do. Yeah. Who says these people, even in this room, All the people are so stupid. All they care about is who has most money. Why would we believe that kind of nonsense, right? Kenyans are not that stupid. Those young people on the street that are unemployed, many of them with degrees, are not stupid. They want jobs. Why do you think they will support someone who has stolen so much money and denied them the opportunity to get jobs? This guy is still talking of intentions. And he was elected in 2022. 3 years later, he has intentions of building a highway between these intentions in the third year, and, and the term is 5 years. So when is he going to do something when he's not talking about intentions in the third year, my friend? Why did you not consider the offer from Sonko to be the deputy governor, considering you would have done a great job? This is an assumption that you would have been able to enter Kenya. So, with all due respect to the person who is asking the question, and I didn't want to be rude, but the question is stupid. I will answer it nonetheless. No, I have to say it. The question is flagrantly stupid. I didn't recognize Sonko in the elections of 2017, and it's a matter of public record, right? So, and Sonko was my opponent. And during the campaign, and I think some of you have the memory and have probably watched some of the clips, I said Sonko was part of the cartels. I said that publicly on TV. I said it repeatedly. I tabled evidence as to why Sonko was a cartel. I not only did that, I proved that Sonko had a criminal record. Sonko had been jailed in Shimolatewa prison for fraud. Sonko escaped from jail illegally, ran away from jail, took permission to go and bury his mother, and did not go back to jail and changed his name. So that when they came for him, he was a different person. But it's just because they didn't want to arrest him. That's how Sonko became Sonko. Okay? If you look at Sonko's name, those are not his names. Movie, whatever, those are just names he made. So that's on the one side. So anyone with memory, and this guy was there, alive and an adult, would have remembered, number one, Miguna did not recognize Sonko. Number two, these are the things Miguna said about Sonko. How then does Miguna deputize the person that he did recognize and say is a crook? Secondly, did the person actually know that Sonko nominated me? Because how do you nominate somebody you have never spoken to? Sonko never spoke with me, right? So he couldn't have nominated me because he never spoke with me. And I never accepted the nomination because that's what a nomination is. Okay? Thirdly, and finally, Sonko was facing impeachment for corruption and for failure to replace a deputy governor who had resigned, if you recall. Yes, Igade, who is as corrupt as Sonko himself. And so in that thing, my name was being used for diversionary reason. The same way Trump is using Maduro and Venezuela because he does not want the Epstein files to be in the news. Photographic video evidence, a lot of it. And he does not want people to discuss and to see this. So he attacks another country because he knows the memory span of the media, the bloggers, the Gen Zs. People can't think. So people will go into Maduro, what, Iran, Cuba, whatnot. And this guy is in plain sight. A criminal is running here and he's presiding over all these things. The same thing here. Sonko goes to a man of integrity and says, I've nominated him. because he's in a fix. How stupid would I be to get him out of the fix that he deserves? A position that he ought not to have been in. Because someone should never have been governed. In a properly governed society, even Sakaja should never have been governed. Because Sakaja does not follow the university degree. You see, and you need a university degree to run for elections. And Ruto goes to Uganda and tells Museveni, give this guy a fake degree so that he can run. And that's exactly what happened. This university Sakaja is supposed to have gone to is, this corner stores here, where go convenience stores. And on top of it, people live, and downstairs is a convenience store. That's the university. Upstairs. It's called King's University. On top of a convenience store. Okay. With nobody inside. So, Miguna, it's been great hanging out with you. There's been a great opportunity. Here's an opportunity.